Are you saying Buck Angel's like Hitler? Dumbass. You seem to genuinely want to help so much.
Oh, hi, Duck. I hope you're good. We're just watching a man shake like a leaf right now.
Why am I dancing with that trans person?
We've got the trifecta. See? So we've got, oh, thank you so much, Art. I really appreciate it. So we've got harmful opinions. We have Alexander the OK. And we have the Mary Chew, the trifecta of Alec Runter.
That's your judgment, having seen it.
They were all marked as 18 plus.
Some quick context before we get into the clips. I've been watching a battle.
Just for clarity, this is harmful opinions. I met Vorsh's biggest fan, that biggest fan being Alex Gunt.
Between two breadtube nobodies. It started as a petty slap fight, but one of the participants, Alec Gunter, has escalated it into accusations and more. He made a bizarre takedown video meant to nip his opponent's channel in the bud, wherein only the last 5 minutes carried major accusations of multiple SA. Despite having such serious claims to share, he put them at the end of his video that the majority of people will likely never even see. Instead, most of his video covered grammar mistakes by his opponent. It was him insinuating his opponent had certain feelings towards children due to the content of a book he released. Unfairly, I would say. And instead of exposing the serious claims to as many people as possible as fast as possible, he wasted time.
Oh, by the way, I need to say this. Even if no one's listening and it's at the start of a live that hardly anyone's going to watch. Listen, that Sabine person, people were saying that she's like a Lily Orchard fan or a Lily Orchard supporter. Apparently that isn't true. And I want to be clear that I just saw that in chat and you know, I think I said so at the time on yesterday's live, but I have no idea if I actually did or not. And I can't be fucked to check. So I'm saying it now. Listen, no evidence this person is actually a Lily Orchard supporter or friend or whatever. Oh, hi Nomad. How you doing? It's been a while.
Alleging his opponent went on an unsavory website. Gunter wants us to believe that he genuinely believes his opponent is such bad optics for the left that he needs to be run off the internet. And yet, when another, much larger, with much more eyes on him, leftist streamer has a much greater controversy, a much darker controversy, leaking material that I trusted it wasn't as bad as people were saying, because the guy said it wasn't.
Yeah, studies in his memory bank. But he knows nothing about trauma, apparently. I don't know. I guess maybe you get nurses that know nothing about trauma, but hey, I don't know.
I trusted Vosh. Don't do that. Do not go and check those unfortunately very skillfully drawn images. Those are children. When he leaked that, Gunter rushed to comfort him and to suggest that he could use it as an opportunity to get more eyes on him.
Do you think you can call in and talk it over with them? Maybe this is your ticket in? Well, I mean...
Isn't it strange? The guy who insulted him needs to be destroyed because there's a couple lines in his book that can be taken out of context, but the guy he can suck up to, the big creator, his spank bank not including anyone who can legally buy a beer, oh, that's no biggie, that's not bad optics. Luckily, due to my boomerism in just trying to credit his channel, because I didn't want to link multiple videos, I just put at his handle in the description of my criticism of his call-out, I didn't know that notifies people. So he came and said hi to me in my Discord and invited me to talk. And I did talk. I'm not sure anything.
Because here's the thing I'll say about Alec Gunter. He is at least willing to talk to people. And quite honestly, I think so long as he is still willing to talk to people, I think more people need to talk to him and point out the immense problems with him trying to be a trans ally. Like, it's not okay what he's doing. And people need to understand this, even if all I can do is point him at the rest of the world, you know? Most probable closeted attraction, paraphilia of his. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, ultimately. I can't I can't prove anything, and I'm not really making that accusation. But hey, listen, he risks a lot of things by doing that, and people thinking that is one of them.
Everything was cleared up, unfortunately. But
yeah, so I spoke to him yesterday. It wasn't really meant to be a debate. I just wanted to put some questions to him and kind of get some perspectives, because I don't really know any people like him. And I don't, those kind of people don't watch me, which is fair enough, because I'm quite gender critical.
But since then, this man who just wants to, oust creeps on the left has totally banned discussion of Vaush's creepiness from his Discord. So I guess
Yeah, it's okay for Vaush because he's like, well, Alec thinks he's like optically good for the left or whatever shit. So if Vaush wants to use like lolly porn as his way of getting off, that's fine because it's Vaush. If it's someone else, then it's bad,
I had some kind of
Yeah. Insecurity level max. He's extremely insecure. I know that for a fact. I don't need to know this person very well. It's just so fucking obvious.
effect.
Oh my god, it got rated 1984 by a couple of people. I wonder if they got banned.
Hello.
Hello there. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Is my mic working? I do have to do some weird shit. I'm not good with technology.
No, it's working on my end. You sound good.
All right. Nice.
So what's going on? I saw that you made a little video on me.
Yeah, I wasn't too fond of it.
I noticed. You also really wanted to get my attention because you tagged me. So you got my attention. So what's up?
Tagged you? Oh, I put that in as a credit to your channel. Yeah.
Got
Him
it.
and Card.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about what I didn't like in the video?
Absolutely. Let's hear it. Apparently, you think that I was being fed information.
Yeah, it felt like it based on the snippets you took from the book and didn't seem to recognize or weren't able to say what was wrong.
It had been about 2 weeks since I had gone over the first 50 pages of his abhorrent book.
Oh, fair enough.
And I had forgotten. The one part that I pulled was because it was supposed to be whom, not who. And then the next part that I pulled that didn't seem to quite make sense was because he was using present tense rather than past tense. He switched tense.
Bear in mind, Alec Gunter is like supposedly making out that this card posting person that these two people are talking about is a creep and stuff. And what are we talking about right now? Grammatical errors in some short story that card posting wrote. You can't make this up. When he made this video on card posting, this was one of like the stinger things. This was one of the clips for the intro. Was Alec Gunter being like, "Oh, you made a grammatical error there." It's like, even he knows how shit his fucking video was because of like the clips that were starting it. Wouldn't you include things that are like actually funny or actually interesting?
And I forgot to mention that part. I was too eager to get to like
fair. The big bits, the weird bits in the book.
Right.
What were you trying to say with the snippets from the book? Because I don't think you were explicit.
It's just weird.
Weird in what way?
Like it's weird optically. Like he keeps.
It was abhorrent to start with, and now it's weird optically.
Harping on and on about how mature this 12-year-old is as she points a gun at adults who keep bringing up the CPS. And oh my God, the CPS is going to get me in trouble if this 12-year-old girl. And they're like, I don't know. It just seemed charged.
Like charged how?
I don't know how else to explain it. It seemed sexually charged.
Sexually charged, and that's bad optics.
The language he was using, yes, it seemed
just bad
charged.
optics that he wrote for like a story.
Just on what?
That it's even.
My partner writes smart. Sorry, is that optically bad? I mean, you could probably say I guess it is because I'm not really down with like degenerate shit, but I don't know. Doesn't harm anyone. She doesn't victimize anyone, so I don't really see how writing erotica by itself is okay. And I do know what the content of it is. Clear, it's not like weird kiddie shit. So I don't know.
Even though it's like a fictional story.
Oh, well, as long as it's fictional, then I suppose it's not weird, right? That a 12-year-old would, be giving adults truckers the heebie-jeebies about CPS, right? That makes it not weird.
Hey, AstroTurf, I hope you're good. It's day right now. It's 2:12 currently, PM. Hope you're good.
You know what? True, that's fair. That's really about optics.
Right. Thank you.
What do you think if Card had leaked a folder from his...
I bored Kitty. We are watching... So we're kind of finishing up the Alec Gunter stuff. So this is Harmful Opinions. I met Vorsh's biggest fan. Alec Gunter is going to rage quit this call. He's going to rage quit another call, and then he's going to rage quit another call.
Computer, where he'd been jerking off to cartoons of little girls getting fucked. Would that be bad optics?
We're not talking about Vosh. We're talking about Card. I know you think that's very funny. Talking about Card.
No, I think it's very important. I think it's way more important.
I don't give a shit about Vosh right now. We came here to talk about Card.
You wanted me to.
I'm not getting involved in that.
No, why not? I thought you cared about optics of leftists on
Oh,
YouTube.
this is what you wanted to talk about. Right. Okay, so you want to completely
No, this is
ignore
actually very important because I
conversation
think
about
your
Card.
issue with Card is entirely personal. And I think that would be demonstrated in a
Okay.
difference between your
Explain.
reaction to Card
No,
and your reaction
explain.
to Vosh.
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't
No.
think we need Vosh to be involved here.
Do you think Vosh's child porn, drawn child porn, is better optics than what Card wrote?
I don't think that it was child porn.
Cartoon child porn.
No, I don't think it was.
Cartoons of little girls getting fucked by adults.
But no, I don't think that that's what was in the folder.
That's your judgment having seen it.
They were all marked as 18 plus.
Marked as 18. They're cartoons. They're not real people, right? What you mark them as doesn't matter. You could have a literal drawing of a baby getting railed and say it's
Where are we
18
going
years
with
old.
this? Why do we transition over to Vosh? Do you accept the allegations that I made against Card or not?
What allegations?
The allegation.
Alec's playing dumb, obviously. He knows why you'd compare card posting, writing erotica to Vorsh looking at Lolly, you know? It's a pretty obvious comparison. The only way he can get out of it is to just play dumb and, oh, well, I'm just talking about card posting, you know? It's interesting.
That I have witnesses. I can send you. I can talk to the witnesses and see if they'd be
Send me
willing to speak to you and
witnesses?
reach out.
Were they in your
Yes,
video?
No, they
I
chose to
critiqued your
remain
video.
anonymous.
I was critiquing
Yes.
your video.
You
So
would-
if it's not in the
if you
video, how would I critique it?
Oh well, it's
As a piece of
allegations
media.
that they. Will you let me talk?
Sure. Sorry, I didn't
Thank you.
know I needed to give you permission.
Well, you keep talking over me, so apparently I need it. So anyway, the 3 witnesses that I had encountered, which now it's 4 because I have another allegation that he's making AI porn of people against their consent, which I have not looked into, so that is merely an allegation at the moment.
You
Nonetheless,
think
the
he
3 that I
has
have-
enough
I'm still
images of
talking,
someone
man.
to
I'm still
train a
talking,
corpus?
man.
To
I'm still
make a
talking, man.
corpus?
I'm still talking, man.
All right,
Are we
fair
going to
enough.
do this? or
Sorry,
not?
I
Thank
told you I wouldn't be rude. Sorry.
You're doing a great job so far. So this guy, these 3 people that came up. All right, it's the first 2. So it started out with a few comments on my YouTube channel, okay, and then I was like, okay, and you can go look at those comments. And I said, okay, reach out to me in DMs. So there's 2 people initially that reached out. They're both people from the LGBT 4chan server, okay, or website or whatever, the thread, and. Card posting hangs out there a lot. They showed me a lot of compelling screenshots. I've gone there a couple times myself. It seems like people are quite familiar with his work because he shills it there all the time. So these people, know Card, and they had some pretty compelling evidence that he had been gathering people's info, putting them in folders, and he apparently was also on Kiwi farms. I feel like I'm being a pretty good case that he's on Kiwi farms. He was saying in Discord, like, where did Kiwi Farms go? Does anybody know where Kiwi Farms went? Like, that's a little suspicious, don't you think?
What's wrong with using Kiwi farms? Oh, I need to go out in a sec anyway, so I will shortly.
What's suspicious about going to a drama forum?
It's not a drama forum. It was specifically for doxing and harassing gay and trans people. It caused 5 people to commit suicide.
5?
That isn't true. Listen, I remember one of the people that constantly gets cited for this, for being someone that killed themselves because of Kiwi farms, is someone called Chloe Sagal. She did not kill herself because of Kiwi farms. I know this because I remember it happening. Like, I didn't fucking literally witness it, but I remember it happening. I remember reading about it. It was not because of Kiwi farms. This person's life was like fucked up. She read this like statement, which was about like homelessness and like mental health and stuff. And then she like self-immolated. It's horrendous. And to use that to go after some site that like may have talked about her occasionally, but weren't even really talking about her much by the time she did that. That's like ghoulish. And by the way, the line is that 3 people killed themselves because of Kiwi farms, even though they didn't. Not 5. Like fucking hell.
A multi-kill?
Yes.
How many points did that get you?
It's really funny, dude. You know what? That's really fucking funny. I'm sure that they really appreciate that.
Well, they're dead. They can't be upset by it.
Oh, right. So it's fine to, yeah. Got it.
What do you think I want you to do?
I just
I
thought the
don't know.
video
Why don't you
sucked.
tell me? Apparently, you want me to talk about Vosh's kitty porn. What would you like to
Oh,
talk
he has
about?
kitty porn.
Apparently. Oh, did that spark your interest? Do
I
have your
hadn't heard
attention
that he had
now?
actual kitty porn, except for
Because I'd
you
like to
just
talk
then.
about Card and the real allegations against real people. Because I reached out to the organization that
Is
he's
Vosh a real
affiliated with, which
person?
I will not name here, but if you would like
The real allegations that he has zero credible evidence for.
me to DM you the details, I will. Although I don't know if I can trust you.
Oh
to not
shit, would
release
you DM me their
my
names
friend-
like you accidentally leaked their shit when you went live? And didn't protect your sources?
Yeah, which you then showed on a privated video, mind you. I privated that VOD.
Oh, I showed the details. I
How did you
censored
get
them.
it? How
I
did
didn't
you,
leak them
How
out.
did you get that VOD? I want to know. How did you get it?
You
'Cause I
transmitted
privated
it
that
over the
right
internet.
after. No,
Yeah, but
I
it was
privated
live.
That right after. I privated that right after. How did you get it? Were you watching live?
Privating it doesn't.
Why do you click on? We're listening to Alec Gunter run away from several conversations, is what's happening. I hope you're good, Luke. If you don't know who Alec Gunter is, then maybe that's a good thing, to be honest with you.
Doesn't stop someone from recording it, brother.
Privating it stops people from being able to access it. You weren't supposed to be able to access that. How did you get access to it?
I didn't access it. What the fuck are you talking about? I just told you I recorded it.
You
Live.
were recording it during.
Hell yeah.
Okay, well, it's supposed to be privated, so I'm just letting you know that. Now, thankfully, the names that were revealed weren't that incredibly revealing, and the
Oh
one
my god, then don't transmit it in public if it's supposed to be private. If it's transmitted in public and someone else wants to use it, that's what's gonna happen. Like, it's so fucking dumb, man.
person that I specifically who there was one
Oh yeah, kiddie porn. There was something about kiddie porn earlier. This Alec Gunter person was like defending, if you know who Vorsh is, he got caught with like lolly, and Alec Gunter is really he's really invested in defending Vorsh, despite the fact that he's going after someone else for writing like some kind of smut fic or something.
person who specifically said that, look, my name is showing in this, can you please blur it? And then they said, you know what, Card probably knows who I am anyway, but whatever. So
Oh, as a
it's not
matter
that
of
big a
principle,
deal.
though, that's pretty fucking bad, right?
Yeah,
Even
and
if it
that's why I
turns
said
out to
next
be
time-
okay.
You know what's really bad is when you sexually harass people in real life. Don't you think that's bad?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so then if I can prove that Card did that, would you condemn Card?
He should go to
Yes?
jail. Yeah, if he's done that, he should go to jail straight
Great.
up.
So I
If you can
feel
get a
like
conviction,
the
I will
allegations-
clap.
Oh, conviction. So as long as like they're not convicted, you don't believe
Oh, kitty porn. Yeah, you better watch out. Shit.
that somebody did it.
Depends. I don't really trust random
depends,
4chaners.
Random 4chaners. Well, they sent me evidence.
In
So I
what
trust
form?
them. And mind you, I was
But I mean, like, here's the thing.
Hold on, I need to
If
point
you
this out.
if
I was
you make
very
a new
skeptical.
video, if you make a
I
new
can send
video,
you the
it could
DM.
be good or sick. Let me explain why this part doesn't matter too much to me. I'm
I
critical
understand
of
the
the
video
video
wasn't
as a
perfect,
piece of piece of media. If you then do something later, if you fucking own Card and like nail him with evidence, if you make a better video, you know what? If it's sick, if I think it's sick, I will tell everyone
What
who
about
watches
the
me that
evidence
it's
that I
tight.
gathered was not compelling enough for you?
Evidence regarding, for example, the claim that he's attempting.
All right. I'll be back in like a couple of minutes, and then I'll be here for longer. I promise. Hey, Rob Slide. I'm gonna be AFK for like 1 minute. Hey, sorry, we're back. Hi, Mass Creation Broadcasts. Now we're back, don't worry.
Attempted rape multiple times.
Okay.
All I saw is that someone you talked to said that.
I can DM you the name of the organization as long as I have your word that you won't look at that you won't reveal it. Would you like me to do that?
I mean,
and you can go look it up.
I could look it up myself. But
you can look it up yourself and reach out. Yes.
Yeah.
Just like I did. You want to do that?
However, the video itself simply presents the claim on its face.
You don't want to do that, do you? You don't want to do that.
I could.
You want to do that?
If I could fuck Card up, I'd do it. If it's good content.
No. I'm asking you. I have the info. Would you like the info to figure this shit out on your own? I can send them. I can ask them if they'd like to speak to you. Are you interested in that or not?
No.
No, why not?
Because I was critiquing your video as a piece of media.
Oh, I see. So you're not interested in Card's allegations, are you? You're fine with him being a sex pest.
Hi, Nat Trevi. Hope you're good.
What do you fucking mean?
What I mean is I have the witnesses.
Whoa, do you think I'm like a... There are millions of sex pests on the internet.
Oh, well then he's just one more in the bucket, right? No need to call him out.
I have no problem with him being called out. What the fuck do you mean? Just do it, bro.
With him being called a sex pest? What do you mean? Why are you... Okay, you're getting on me for my video. I understand it was an imperfect video. You can disagree with the format and the whatever.
Yeah,
but do you agree
videos.
That... Fine. Do you agree that card posting is probably a sex pest? Yes or no?
I don't know.
You don't?
Yeah, the wind's been crazy. It sounded horrible. Like, Charlie has work. Well, she started work at 12. I'm, like, legit worried. I have no idea if any, like, buses are running either. Like, Jesus. Anyway, I hope you're well. Yeah, this, fucking hell, this is like every April. Like, every April at my last job, there'd be those times where it's just fucking everyone's fence falling down, and now it's my job to get them sorted. Oh, harmful opinions. I like harmful opinions, to be honest.
Don't know. Okay, so what do you disagree with me about on my video?
I think he's Australian, but I'm not sure. You get some Australians that have, like, their accent sounds very, like, English or, like, American or something. So I'm not sure, but I think so.
No. What was not compelling enough for you?
The case you presented in the video.
Such as? Give me an example.
Someone you contacted...
Like serious allegations to discuss. So
claimed that he attempted...
Give me an example, immediately starts talking again. Like, why ask a question and keep talking?
Did rape multiple times.
Yes, from an official organization that he was involved with, which I reached out to directly via their website. It was a representative from their org.
That is true.
So if that person was lying, so is their entire org. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know the credibility of the org.
Okay, so then let me send you the name of the org.
What kind of organization was it? Was it a sexual violence org?
The person did not want me to say. So I will, if you're interested, I will DM you. Here, let me DM you the type of org.
Hey, Queen Bee. Yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, hope you're good.
And you cannot say it.
The organization itself is making the claim, but they will not attach their organization's name to the claim.
Correct.
Street sweeper. Ah, fair enough. We had a huge problem with COVID because my job was to, like, get people into other people's houses to, like, fix things. You know, the tenants would call us up and we'd do the coordination. And then during COVID, you couldn't get anyone in to fix anything because the government didn't bother giving any, like, directives or anything like that. So it was a fucking nightmare anyway.
For safety. He's a sex...
He could be British. Like, I have no idea. He could be British and talks with an Australian accent for one reason or another. I don't know. I'm hearing Australian in his voice, but I'm not sure. My mum used to live in Australia, and she still says the occasional word in a pretty Australian sounding way. It's a bit like, I'm not from, like, the southwest, but I still say the odd word, like, kind of Bath or Bristolian-y, you know what I mean?
Pest.
The organization's safety.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much Gunt was, like, providing evidence that just was not anything. card posting being a creep or something. And then he's like, I don't want to talk about Vorsh's lolly. It's like, okay, odd priorities, but sure.
He was part of it. They're trying to protect their people.
He had papers saying, oh, wow, fair enough. They probably should have done that for like maintenance workers and like plumbers and stuff, because at the beginning of the pandemic, it was a fucking nightmare. New Zealand? Maybe. It doesn't sound like New Zealand. They usually say all their vowels wrong, a bit like Scottish people.
It's fucking absurd.
Oh, I told you, man. I can give you the info and you can reach out for yourself.
This is bizarre. He's going to rape everyone at that organization.
I need a response to this. Yes or no? Do you want the information to reach out to them yourself? Yes or no?
I could do it myself. You told us it was the organization that's on his Instagram.
That's what I'm saying. So I will send you the name of it and you can reach out yourself. Yes?
Oh, that's fair. Normally New Zealand, they're kind of like fosh and chops, that kind of thing. They say all their vowels wrong for some reason. What's the other one? Oh, like they say 10, like tin. In 10 minutes. That kind of thing.
Yes. Granted, you don't tell your audience.
I can do it without
what the name of the places.
They know what it is. You told them live on stream.
What did I say?
You told them that it's the organization that is visible on his Instagram.
Yes.
Yeah. The service industry got hit hard. Like I was lucky as well because I used to work. I used to work in like pubs and restaurants and stuff. So yeah.
So you can go to his Instagram. I
don't want you to send the information. I don't want fucking silly buggers being played where you send it to me and then some fucker goes and looks it up when you've already told them where to look it up.
The organization, right?
And then
believe the organization.
Once someone names them, it gets pinned on fucking me that I leaked that shit.
The organization is lying.
Alec is saying this as if there's no chance that they are either lying or wrong about what they're saying.
Yes.
They don't necessarily have to be lying. What is the organization's evidence that he attempted to rape multiple people?
It's their word against Card's, and Card does not have very much credibility.
I'm not familiar with the organization itself.
Then let me familiarize you with it privately. Are you interested in that or not?
Are they an organization that deals with sexual violence? What is their expertise?
You're not interested. You're not interested. So this is a very bad faith engagement because you're not
bad faith. You think I'm insincere in what I'm saying. You think I'm lying.
Very insincere.
When I say I think your video was bad, you think I'm lying.
No, I think that you have a fair opinion there. Okay, it's not perfect.
What do you think bad faith means?
I think bad faith means that you're not willing to actually get down to the root of the truth of Card's actions. That's what bad faith is. So are you willing to do that or not?
Not what bad faith means at all.
That's what I'm interested in discussing. Well, it is a bad faith thing to do that. That's what I'm saying. Okay?
Insincere
You're not interested
thing.
in an honest discussion about that, are you?
What makes something bad faith?
Are you interested in an honest discussion about Card and his actions? Yes or no?
I wanted to talk about your video. Isn't that what we were going to talk about?
The video is about Card and exposing him as a sex pest. So do you agree with that
and
part
it exists
or not?
as a piece of media.
Video, man.
Do I agree he's a sex
Why am I wasting
pest?
my time with you? What?
Oh, the in private thing, I think, was specifically because he didn't have any permission to reveal names from this organization that supposedly is confirming that someone is a sex pest. In which case, like, well, how are you going to prove that they're a sex pest then? There's no way of verifying any of this.
But what do you want to, like...
But, like, Alec has already fucked up because he accidentally revealed a bunch of information about these people on his stream, which, like, harmful opinions... ripped the stream and then did his own censoring on it to avoid doing the same thing, which is hilarious.
What do you hope to gain out of this? Clout? Do you see an up-and-comer?
You invited me.
And you just want to... Yeah, I did, because clearly you called me out and you wanted my attention.
Who's the up-and-comer?
Me.
Holy fuck. By up-and-comer, do you mean like when Destiny came all over your face on Jubilee? Oh, you left.
There we go. That's number one. He tries so hard to ape Destiny. Yeah, those kind of people, they seem to like... You've got Vorsh, who pretty much took most of Destiny's worst traits and none of his good ones. And then you've got people like Alec Gunter that are kind of downstream from that. So it's just like... If like Vorsh is his like retarded son, then these are his additionally retarded like grandchildren or something. It's unfortunate, but hey. Yeah, I mean, it's easy to just be like, oh, why do you care what you're gaining from this, so on. Anyway, number 2, we've already covered this before, so we don't need to spend long on it, but he's going to rage quit again. This is someone called Alexander the OK, who is a lot more gender critical than someone like me, to be honest.
Yes or no? Does suicidality lead to
just you don't have a good point because you're trying to get.
If you can answer yes or no, okay, I'll make you a deal. If you can answer yes or no, I will listen. Does suicidality lead to suicide?
How about this?
Answer it again. I must have missed the answer. Answer it again. That's probably on me.
Yeah, would you like me to answer? Because it's going to be a long-winded answer again. It's not going to be a yes or no.
It's just yes or no. Does suicidality lead to suicide?
It's not a yes or no answer. I just answered your question with the accurate answer.
Why can't you? Okay, let me just explain a concept to you.
Was he about to say, why can't you just follow my lead in this conversation? Why can't you just let me lead you around and answer how I want you to answer?
Like I know you're going to keep interrupting.
The definition. Do you know the definition of suicide? By definition. By definition.
And I want you to listen to it and listen and think, oh wow, yeah, that's right. We don't have any objective metrics. We're probably
okay. Since you can't answer my very simple question, do you?
I did answer your question. Actually.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You can't answer yes or no. It is literally okay.
When you ask a question,
do you believe
doesn't provide a yes or no answer?
Maybe I'm not wording this properly for your tiny frontal lobe.
This is the longest question of all time. Fucking hell.
Okay, so does suicide? Sorry, God damn it. Does suicidality? The definition of suicidality is that
Alec,
you are at increased risk of suicide.
I already answered the question.
Yes or no? The definition of suicidality means that you are at increased risk of suicide.
That's not even true. It means you're having like suicidal thoughts and stuff. I mean, I guess technically you could say that therefore, but that's not really how it's... What's the word? It's not how it's defined.
Yes or no?
I get it. I've already answered this point.
Yes,
and I've already answered this question.
We agree?
I didn't say the word yes because you are trying you're trying to confuse.
That is definite. So now we're in an education session because you don't understand the basic premise of what suicidality is. Right. Clearly,
I don't understand, Alec.
Suicidality means that you are at increased risk of suicide. Okay, so now that we've established that, if you can take a group of people and decrease their suicidality, that means that they will not be as likely to kill themselves.
Forgot about that part. I'm so sorry.
Okay, then prove it. Show that they kill themselves less.
There it is, number 2.
Fucking brain dead piece of shit. I swear to God. Oh yeah.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you want.
He left a bit out. He left out the bit where he was like, oh, he's going to edit it to make it sound like he won. Anyway, we've already done that. You can watch my previous video on that. We got one more. He is going to leave one more debate against someone you may recognize. I don't know this about. I don't need to listen to too much of my own voice.
Oh.
Oh no, he's left now, I think. Yeah, I'm so sorry for making you jump. It made me jump as well, if it helps. Imagine an elderly person need to be cleaned by this person, this nurse. Yeah, what happens if like dementia patients don't do what he says right away? I don't know. Listen, these kind of like psychopaths are normally quite good at integrating into society and pretending to be normal, so I don't know. Right.
Are having suicidal thoughts, correct? The end state of your logic. If I recall correctly, he was shitting on her the entire time and then saying, well, I just care about you. I just care about you. And people love to do that. They love to be like, well, actually, trans women. Okay, why don't you
I just need to get to the Buck Angel thing.
date trans women? Well, I just don't like penises. Their genitalia. You might be, but not like I know you don't.
Were you like worried about Buck's child, Buck Angel? Like, why is Buck Angel going to be a bad parent?
Because Buck Angel's a trans medicalist, so if his child comes to him and says, hey, Dad, I'm trans, he's going to say, no, you're not until you have the X and Y procedure. And that's mentally...
But isn't that just wrong think? Aren't you just saying he's doing wrong think?
He's mentally harming his child because he's not affirming
How
them.
so?
Or because if you don't affirm trans children, you mentally harm them.
Is this child trans? Oh, thank you, Jen. Hey, hope you're good.
In theory, yes. In theory, my point is, Buck Angel would not be a good
trans in theory.
Buck Angel would not be a good parent to a trans child, and there is always a chance that you have a trans child. If you can't be a good parent for a trans child, then you shouldn't be a parent.
How do you know he'd be a bad parent to a trans child?
Because I know his stance on trans people.
Do you know him personally? Have you spoken to him?
Well, I was about to one time, but it never ended up happening. So, but but it doesn't matter. Like, if I've personally spoken to him, he puts his opinions all over the internet.
Well, yeah, it does, because you don't know him.
He puts his opinions all over the internet. I didn't personally know Hitler, but guess what? I can tell you he's probably a bad guy.
Mate, you put your... This was his mistake. Buck Angel and Hitler in the same sentence. Like, why? Why do this? Opinions on the internet. I don't think I know you.
Oh, well, you don't know Hitler, so how can you know he's a bad guy?
Because of history, obviously.
Because of the things he did and said,
Buck Angel,
right?
like Hitler?
Because of the things he did and said. That's how I know Buck Angel.
Like Hitler? There's so much regret. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. He regrets this deeply. This was a mistake.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Like Hitler?
That's exactly what I'm fucking saying, you dipshit.
Do you think Buck Angel should, like, shave these bits? Hang on. I need to get these, like, in order. Obviously.
Because of the things he did and said,
Buck Angel,
right?
Like Hitler?
Because of the things he did and said. That's how I know Buck Angel.
Like Hitler?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Like
that's exactly what I'm fucking saying, you dipshit.
Do you think Buck Angel should, like,
You're
shave
such a
these
stupid
bits?
piece of shit.
These
I'm
bits?
so fucking done with you. Goodbye.
I'll buy. It's a hat trick.
Ugh. Are you saying Buck Angel's like Hitler? Dumbass. Not understanding the point at fucking all.
I'm sorry, I just didn't understand the nuances of this Hitler comparison, I guess.
I think you did very well. I think that was one of my better debates.
I agree, it probably was.
Yeah, peak troll behavior. He felt it in his bones, yeah.
I'm trolling. I'm sure there's a few people in chat, like, saying I'm like a fake trans person and stuff, which is very woke, you know, exactly what you'd expect in King Ally Alec Gunt's chat, right?
Yeah, probably. Well done, have no idea how you have that much patience. Well, I went into...
You have that much patience. He thinks anyone that disagrees with him just doesn't understand his points. It kind of seems that way, yeah. Oh, hi, Amaya. I hope you're good. We're just basking in the afterglow for a bit, and then we're gonna move on. Don't worry.
To the conversation, assuming that she had good intentions, but it turned out she didn't. So, there you go. She's gonna be dwelling on that for days. I feel like I had a pretty good comeback to everything she said. Sec. Little rage quitting weasel. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I rage quit on dumbasses. I'm fine with that. I want to discuss my experience with Mary. Sent you a message in the general and Discord.
Listen, I was going to put that person that just commented on blast, but we have kind of talked since, so I guess I'll see what happens. If they still want to try and expose me to Alec Gunt, people being a bit mean, then that's up to them. They can do that. It wasn't even me that was mean to them. I think it was other people in my Discord, and it was a while ago. I have a trans lobby. Hope you're good.
Well, what specifically do you want to discuss?
I do want to see if Amber appears in the chat before we move on. I've already got the clips I need. It's just they say something about me that I'm not sure about. They've like that Amber person. I've covered them before, and they've like deleted loads of their videos. So what they're gonna talk about, I'll mention it when it comes up. I have no idea what they're talking about, and I can't even check. So that's nice. Not that we're into like subterfuge and shit like that or anything. Not that we sweep our shit under the rug or anything like that. You know, I'm not a fan of this Amber person, to be honest with you. But you know what? They're at least trans. This person is a fucking ally. There should be a higher standard. I agree with. Was it Malcolm saying that on his reaction? I agree with that. If you're going to be a trans ally and be an utter prick towards trans people that just disagree with you or about them, then like, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Why not just talk about something else?
What's your streaming schedule? I want to debate you sometime, but I can't right now. I usually stream on Mondays and Fridays, or not Mondays, Tuesdays and Fridays.
I haven't seen the movie Emilia Perez. I don't watch many movies, to be honest with you. I think it's an attention span issue.
I'm actually on a bit earlier than I am usually, just because of Mary Chu's schedule. But usually around it's 3:30 p.m. for me, so like around 4 to 6ish is when I start usually. So. Thing is, every question you ask resulted in an answer. I feel like, here's what I think. I think in the last debate I did with that other fucking transphobe, I think that against him, I got a little bit too rowdy.
You got a little bit too rowdy in that debate. Right, a little bit too rowdy, okay. Guy's like delusional.
A little bit too yelly and angry and raging.
Only a little bit? Only a little bit? You got him to fucking start raging at you at one point. That was quite impressive in a way.
And enraged. I think that I did a good job this time of...
Oh yeah, my server is filled with TERFs, trans meds. Apparently being a trans med is a terrible crime, as Alec explained to me. I'm not even a trans med. I just don't think having a belief like that makes you a bad person. I think it's a pretty crazy position, especially for a cis person. Why is he telling trans people that their own like conception of what being trans is makes them a bad person? That's like transphobic in and of itself, you know? Oh yeah, I think that's it. It is the same in Maya. To be honest, we're cool, so I don't know. We attract a variety of different people, and I try not to judge too much, if that makes sense.
Of dialing that back. I got this close sometimes, but I dialed that back.
Well, you got this close to rage quitting the debate before you rage quit the debate. Is that it?
I kept it reasonable, rational, and then I didn't really let her have it until like toward the end there. You're so unnecessarily aggressive. People can have different opinions than you. No, you're not allowed to have different opinions than me. Goodbye. People can have different opinions than you. Fuck off. I don't even want to talk to you.
Because he knows. Because he knows. He knows that's why. Watch his Marcus Dib video. Even watch his video, like, what was it? Buck and Blair watching TikTok or something. I'm not even like massive fans of some of these creators, but the way he talks about them is insane. The Marcus video especially, because Marcus didn't even say anything wrong. He's a bit blunt. Like, oh, I'm sorry, that makes you a bad person now? Maybe that's just what Danish people are like. How the fuck would he know?
Not about having different opinions. It's about having the wrong ones. She has the wrong opinions.
There we go. It's all about wrongthink. He knows. He knows, and he's okay with it. Because he gets a bunch of trans people sucking him off, fucking massaging his ego. So of course, this is how you make your money, bruv. Of course you have to say stuff like that. That's literally what these people want you to say, because they're all fuckheads as well.
I'm glad you weren't reading chat during the debate because I was backseat debating every now and then. It's fine. Sometimes the backseat debating helps a little bit. I glanced over once.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. So this Ember person, they say, Mary is all bad faith. she responded to one of my old pre-transition videos. I have no idea which, because they've all been deleted or hidden or unlisted. I don't know. And when I cited a source, she found an excuse to ignore it. And when I made an off-the-cuff remark, she'd say citation needed. I don't remember this at all, but okay. Listen, apparently that Torren person, I also declined to debate with him. And technically I pussied out of a second debate because rather than give him a clear answer, I told him that when he talks, it sounds like he's got 10 cocks in his mouth, because I don't need to talk to those fucking losers. But yeah, this Ember person, I mean, I don't know. This is your ally, bruv. This is your ally. This is who you're holding up. This is whose chat you're in. Going against a trans person. Who's the pick me now, exactly? You know? You know, what we could do is stop with the stupid fucking insult slinging and like have conversations. But that's way too much effort for these people. So they just show up in these toxic allies fucking chats being pick-me's, like actual pick-me's, not the kind of pick-me that I get called. It's hilarious. It's so like transparent. And people wonder why I have a problem with like the online trans communities. It's because they act like this. And it's because they hold up people like this who are just not good allies and should not be talking about trans issues. Like, he could completely get me off his back just by never talking about trans issues again. Because I don't give a fuck about his other opinions on stuff. Like, obviously, he talks about Matt Walsh. Why the fuck would I care what Alec Gunter thinks about Matt Walsh, you know? Like, go ahead, King. Fucking say your piece on how bad Matt Walsh is for the 20th time this fucking month. But, like, why talk about trans issues? You're a cisgender. You clearly don't know very much about these issues. Like, I asked him what gender dysphoria is, having heard him give an incorrect definition. And he gives the same incorrect definition. If he is an ally and he's championing our fucking community, why doesn't he know the most basic shit? It's crazy.
Because somebody had said something.
Ooh, pick me transmed grifter. I like the different like combos they make. You know what I mean? It's a bit like, what was that Paul Joseph Watson thing? Like beta male orbiter soy boy. Oh, I can't remember. It was a really long one. I like that kind of thing. It's funny.
I can't remember what, but I stole it from the chat. So. A lot of them aren't even opinions anymore. It's just a denial of fact. Exactly.
Handling a kid having a temper tantrum. I mean, listen, I criticized him for saying that Buck Angel will be a bad parent with no evidence. I don't want to like make the same assertion, but he seems worryingly lacking in empathy. He seems worryingly like his brain is very black and white. You know what's ironic? Some of these people, it's like everything except gender is a binary. You know what I mean? It's so strange. Everything is so black and white. And then you get to gender and sex. And all of a sudden it isn't. How does that make any sense?
That whole thing was crazy. Also, she seemed to not know a whole lot. She seemed to know jack shit. Yeah, it always comes back to.
I mean, to be fair, WPath isn't a thing you work for, isn't that right? I'm still getting used to it. I used to say people are members of WPath, and people were like, "Oh, it's not something you're a member of," blah blah blah. And I'm like, I don't fucking know. When I read things, it usually says that it's something you can be a member of. So, hey.
So it's just my opinion, exactly, because you can't stand by your bullshit. So you got to be like, well, I'm just a little guy. It's just my opinion. I just have opinions. I have big brain idea opinions, but they're like, you shouldn't take them as fact. Oh, hoity-toity. It's like, what are you talking about?
There's going to be some clips from this, just to be clear. Like the little things I put at the start of videos, there's definitely something in here for that. Don't worry about that.
Do you stand by your opinions or not? Have a fucking spine. And she has the absolute fucking gall to be like, well, I feel like you're not being a very good ally right now because you're
a terrible ally. What are you talking about? Ask any trans people that aren't in your fucking little cult. They hate you. Who the fuck is standing Alec Gunter? Like, almost every trans person I hear from thinks he's a fucking joke, yet he insists on doing this anyway.
You're disagreeing with me. I'm like, you are such a piece of just a disingenuous fuckwit. How dare you?
I personally think mine is going into a combo with Gunter just to piss him off isn't going to be beneficial for you. I didn't go in to piss him off. I went in to have a conversation and just see what was going to happen. I mean, if these people are going to make themselves available to talk to and then spend their time saying the most insane fucking shit on the internet, then yeah, maybe I'm going to I'm going to see what happens if I talk to one. I've never seen Alec Gunt talk to a trans person that he disagrees with. So, hey, you know, it's, if nothing else, it's an experiment. And if nothing else, it's complete confirmation of what I've been saying about these like trans allies, that they are insane and often not very knowledgeable and often have terrible attitudes towards this shit and often are conditional allies, which is bullshit. You're not an ally if you're a conditional ally. That is an allyship.
Idpol. I think I said idpol. That was what I stole from chat.
Oh, I get you. Get some 420. Oh, hi, Olivia. It's been a while. Hope you're good. I don't know if he's more angry about people for proposing a counter-argument or because he internalized his rhetoric and his ego is in danger. I think so. I can't remember if he has a trans partner or not, and he seems a bit funny about, like, homosexuality. And I have a theory in there, but again, I don't know this person. I'm not trying to say he's definitely, like, a weird closet homosexual who is very, very, invested in proving that he's not gay for liking trans women, which who fucking cares if you are, you know? But I don't know that. I'm saying stuff, you know? The difference is I talk like complete shit about other people too, but I make it clear that I'm talking shit. At what point does he do that?
Yeah, she kept saying, I don't know exactly how the trans bathroom ban would work, but like we should still kowtow to transphobes in the bathroom somehow.
This is definitely what I said.
You know, like, and in reality, the reality of this is the only way to enforce a bathroom ban is through genital checks or some kind of chromosome test that you do on the spot, which I don't think exists. So genital inspections it is, right? Genital checks. Okay, but we're not going to do that. So what's going to end up happening instead is people are going to start pointing fingers at everybody else saying, you're a man, you don't belong in here, you're a man. And
yep, and we have created the conditions to do so. Nancy Mace, you can call her an opportunist. I think a lot of politics probably is that. She's jumped on a hot issue and it's going to go badly. Like, we created these conditions to happen, unfortunately. Maybe we shouldn't have been pushing like for trans kids. Maybe we shouldn't have been invading women's sports. Maybe we shouldn't have been trying to get trans people into every like supposedly single sex space, right? Gunt loves a beer and harassing online because no one will get near it enough to be abused. Yeah, true.
They may or may not be trans and it doesn't fucking matter anyway, right? And so you're going to fucking call the police.
Oh, I'm just basking for a bit. I rehashed the other rage quits he did so I can stick them together and put it on the internet somewhere and I don't know, we're just basking. I've got loads of content lined up. I can just fuck around today, honestly. But we will get onto vaguely interesting stuff, I promise.
Have somebody who's completely innocent and just trying to shit or piss get kicked out of a bathroom.
I also was gonna put someone in his chat on blast, but I'm not doing that because I actually spoke to them and they at least somewhat walked back what they were saying. So I can respect that.
Right? Like it results in chaos.
Yeah, this is the thing about allies. They don't have that skin in the game. They're not affected by this shitty rhetoric. Like, he's doing this supposedly on my behalf or on behalf of trans people. But the thing is, he's only an ally to trans people he agrees with. So like, what's the point? And he doesn't understand this somehow. I told him that he's a conditional ally. He doesn't agree with me. He's in his right not to understand that, but it's true.
Chaos. This is why I say it is just practical to allow trans people to use the fucking bathroom that they fucking want to fucking use. It is just practical to allow trans people to use the fucking bathroom that they fucking want to fucking use.
All right, just one more time, I promise.
Allow trans people to use the fucking bathroom that they fucking want to fucking use.
Oh, no problem. Good to see you, bored kitty.
As a trans woman, you get the official good ally seal of approval from me. I appreciate you. Really said I'm one of the good ones.
Yep, who's the pick me now? I think he's like shaking. He is not happy.
I don't normally ones.
No, seriously, can you see him? Can you see him?
You. Really said.
You can see his head. Like, Jesus Christ. I'm actually sorry that I upset you this much, man. This isn't personal to me, you know what I mean? I feel bad now. Why do I feel bad?
That I'm one of the good ones. I don't normally like sissies, but you know what? You're one of the good ones, Alec. Well, thank you. Sorry, I was ignoring Sabine.
Wait, why are you ignoring that person? They're trying to get in with you. Don't ignore these people. We're cool though, and she does not actually support Lily Orchard as far as we know. Make sure that's clear. I said it yesterday. It was in the chat. I hopefully was clear that it was just something I was reading in chat and not something that I know or believe to be the case, but apparently they are not interested in being friends with Lily Orchard. And that's fair enough. I'm not gonna push that shit. Anger issues are hard to overcome. I'm glad I'm over that mostly. Yeah, true. I'm glad you are too. I'm still working on my anger issues. I don't know. It's a process. Some of us go the whole of our lives trying to better ourselves and never quite get to where we want to be, and that's fine as long as you're trying, really.
Wait, did she misgender another trans woman? Wow.
So this was the Jess doing activism thing. I called this person male when they're a trans woman. They have loads of pictures of themselves proudly displaying their cock showing through their like pants. Like you can just tell that they have a cock just by looking in that area. They have said things like how they transitioned because they want to wear pigtails and be cute or something like that. They go on the internet chatting up kids about veganism, trying to send them disgusting, like graphic as fuck slaughterhouse footage, completely disregarding how the parent would like to broach a topic like that. They will go and talk to kids about transition when they've been transitioning for a total of about 10 fucking minutes. And they're a male person. If I call that person a he, I don't see a problem with that. And quite honestly, no one has the right to the words out of my mouth, so fuck it, you know?
Wow, that's fucked up.
That's fair enough. Listen, insane. I was not amazing. I will absolutely cop to that. I think some parts went quite well and other parts didn't. But hey, it's just how it goes, you know. I'm still new to this, you know. I shouldn't keep coping though. It's fine. But yeah, he's like rumbling. He's like shaking. I feel bad in a way. I don't really like seeing people get upset, if I'm honest. So I don't know, but what are you supposed to do? He wants to be a debate lord, but he doesn't know anything about trans issues, so. And hey, by the way, insane, if you want to bring up like specific things and message me, feel free. I don't, you know, I'm happy to take like criticism on that. Absolutely.
Sabine, let's set up if you want to set up a conversation for that, you can put a request in. Like a ticket. You can do the ticket in the Discord server. I think that I am not going to take calls like that right now because I got other stuff I got to talk.
You don't need arguments against people like Gunter. I mean, ultimately, I kind of expected what was going to happen. And all I really need to do to prove my actual point, which is that these people are clueless and toxic, is to just let them speak. Because that's how I've pretty much been going the entire time, is just listening to people speak and realizing that a lot of them are saying insane shit. Some stronger arguments, you know, at times. Yeah, I agree with that. Thank you.
Talk about. You seem to genuinely want to help so much. Yeah, I mean, you know, I have deeply held beliefs about this stuff because I'm in the medical field, and I
don't think this is true. I don't think there's anything to do with why he has deep feelings about this.
I see what's happening nationwide and worldwide with trans people, and it just sucks. It sucks.
I don't believe you. I do not believe you. You have some other reason as to why you're interested in this. A lot of us trans folks really appreciate you, Alec. Yeah, good one, Ember.
That was funny. She was really dumb. I also think so. Anytime she started to get back into a corner, she pivoted to tone policing. Yeah, she really did. Thank you, Ember. I appreciate you. I appreciate you appreciating me. What I like about Alec is how I can feel how tired he is of the trans rights debate and how exasperated his soul feels while he passionately advocating. Yeah,
I agree. Getting blown out by increasingly lesser and lesser debaters to the point where you rage quit a debate with me. Yeah, that would wear on me as well. Trust me. Jesus Christ. I almost feel bad for him in a way. Trust me.
I really do try to tackle these things going in with a level head and an
There is one piece of cope I will throw out insane, and that is that I'm kind of on the spot when I'm talking to someone like this. And sometimes I'm just relying on what I can remember, and it's not always amazing. You know what I mean? So, that's the cope I'll give. But to be honest, I need a lot more experience in this kind of thing. It kind of is what it is. And maybe I should have waited until I'm a bit better to go up against something like this, because it's like big content and stuff. But at the same time, I don't know. How seriously do I honestly need to take this person, you know?
Expectation that the other person's going to listen. Because I feel like that's the best mindset going in, even though 99% of the time the other person is just going to fucking despise you, right?
That's cope. That's way worse cope than what I just coped.
But going in with that mentality is like important, because then you sound rational, you're coming off reasonable, right? You're just saying it how it is, and you let the other person kind of tear themselves down and prove that they haven't actually given like.
Was I tone policing? I have no idea. Like I do like throw things like transphobia and other things at allies and certain kinds of trans people, because those are the kind of people that throw it at everyone else. So I don't feel bad. Whereas like turfy types and like right-wingers and stuff, I don't want to throw those kind of things around, because that's all anyone does. And I'd rather actually engage with their arguments, you know?
2 seconds of thought as to the implications of like a fucking trans bathroom ban or something like that. Does that make sense? And then you get frustrated.
You don't have to get frustrated. It's fine. It's fine. I don't even know why you got angry. Like, I honestly think these people, some of them, they can only go so many rounds. Malcolm's commentary on your combo pointed out that your argument of participants that drop out of D-Trans study means that D-Trans stats lie is a terrible argument. Yeah, like, the thing is, I'm muting myself again. Oh, I'm not muted now. The thing is, I agree, and I didn't put that argument very well. Really, what I'm saying most of all is that the official numbers are unreliable, and the way they get parroted as fact is really not cool, in my opinion. I should have put it a better way, but hey, like I said, it's all learning. Honestly, for the most part, I watched through Malcolm's React. I pretty much agreed, you know? I'm muting myself. Why do you keep saying I'm muting myself? I'm not muting myself. I'm watching the thing go up and down as I talk.
What the actual was that? Is this what anti...
Shaking. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Matt. I didn't realize. I got bodied. Do you think so? Do you think so? Why is he shaking like a leaf right now? Here's one for you. Also, hi, Racer5. Make sure you subscribe to the Married Jew.
anti-trans discourse looks like now. I guarantee you that she is just trying to be a because like I was listening to her while I was at the gym, and she watches like Loner Box.
I watched Loner Box, apparently. I watched one Loner Box thing. Didn't really agree with it, but I wasn't too bothered about it. I don't know.
And who else? Not transitory. Nominal Naomi. And she's just trying to stir the shit. She's just trying to be like one of the good transes that pops off because she's got like different opinions from other transes, right?
Bruv, someone literally said earlier that you're one of the good ones. Are you sure you want to do this?
Right.
Repeat my response. Okay, yeah. Hang on, I'm just coming back up. Yeah, I watched Malcolm's react to the whole thing actually, and I pretty much agreed with everything he was saying. Like with that argument, he is right. Like in terms of the actual data, they're not gonna change it. It's just the fact that the data isn't really reflecting reality, which we already know because the data is only the data for the people in the study and not everyone. So we can only take so much. And what I see is people treating the 2% or 8%, whatever detransition percentage as if it's like gospel, you know what I mean? So that really would have been a much better version of that attack, for sure. He hates boner locks because it's not Arab enough. I honestly, I think Loner Box is all right. And it was a bit embarrassing because one of his clip channels showed up whilst I was watching Loner Box. And I was like, oh shit, this might be a bit awkward because I was not being very nice. Well, I wasn't agreeing with him. I don't think I was being horrible about him. But yeah, I don't know. I think Loner Box is all right. I'm not a fan of BreadTube. I don't like many far left YouTubers from what I've seen of them. And I used to be a bit more like socialisty, but I'm really not so much anymore. But yeah. Yeah, the card posting stuff was amazing.
And I also saw, I think she's following Chud Logic, who I believe is just a drama baiter now. So,
by association. What's wrong with Chud Logic? He's a nice guy.
Oh, yeah. She's sorry, I said transitory, and that was somebody in my chat. Pick me, yeah, pick me.
There we go. I like his takes with Loner Box and stuff. That's fine. I don't know much about his personality. There's gaps in any study on anything. Dropouts can happen. Well, yeah, the point is more just that the number isn't very reliable, and then it gets used to make very strong points about how few people like regret transitioning. I don't think that's appropriate myself, but I do see the point. You know what I mean? I definitely didn't. It wasn't a good moment for me. I will totally accept that.
Yeah, Naomi's great. I had the lovely chance to meet her while we were in Yonkers.
Aw, shame she didn't give you any of her truck though, right?
Lovely individual.
Maybe that would calm his shakes. Wes? Are you really just going to say I got bodied and then run away, Racer 5? Come on, come play. Come play. He hasn't finished whining about his terrible performance yet. We can only speculate. Yeah, which still means that the likelihood is there's at least a few, if not more. And I don't know that I'm passing it off as reality. Maybe I was in this debate because I wasn't wording it very well. Clinging to one study. That is another problem as well, because people will just find the most advantageous one they can and point to it like it's fact. Like, this is what I mean. There's a much better version of the argument I made out there. And maybe I'll get onto that with someone else, who knows. I mean, it wouldn't have made much difference making that argument with someone like this.
Is Lonerbox transphobic? No. She watches Lonerbox. She was watching Lonerbox, and she was like Lonerbox was watching AOC, and she literally was like, yeah, he knows what to think now because AOC told him what to think.
Two things. One, is that what I sound like? Two, called a joke, bro. It's called a joke. You know how people who watch Destiny, they'll like put comments being like, oh, finally Destiny talked about this, so I know what to think about it. Called a joke, bro. Many trans people agree with this clown and it's them feeding him BS. Yes, true. I bet he barely does any research whatsoever. He kind of said, because I asked about that at the start, and he kind of said, like, he'll get together with his trans people in his Discord. Like, I don't know, you're putting a lot of trust in those people who have, like, a vested interest in presenting it a certain way, and do not have the kind of scruples where it's like, well, maybe, I don't know even, actually, fucking hell. That's fine, it's dead anyway. Actually, no, let me check it. Sorry, one sec. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. Let's keep going.
And I'm like, this is so fucking stupid. You're like such a disingenuous shitbag.
Amala Akpanobi's video on trans kids. I might do it shortly in that case, actually. I don't have much of a schedule or anything. Yeah, the thing is, you could like talk like in a harsh way with like the back of your throat and probably do a decent impression of me, albeit exaggerated. Like, I'm exaggerating it now. It's not that hard. It's not that hard.
Who was that person you just debated? Her name is the Mary Chew. I'm sure that she's having a nice little cope session right now. Or she moved on. Who cares either way?
Fuming.
Oh, excuse me. Perfect accent. Thank you. Move to London.
It's like every time he does anything, there's someone... Oh, they said move to London, actually. They're probably taking the piss out of him. It does kind of seem like he's always got someone to, like, pat his ass. Like, yeah, yes, Alec, yes, don't worry. No, you're one of the good ones.
London.
Oh my god, we've got actual self-hating trans in the chat. Honestly, we need more people like Alec. The sad fact that these things coming out of the mouth of a white cis man simply hold more power in society. Okay.
Yes, I agree, G-Host. The sad fact that these things come out of the mouth of a white cis man simply hold more power in society. That is true.
Is it? Well, if you're getting shit wrong, isn't that a bad thing? If trans people keep telling you that you're wrong about this, that, and the other, and you keep ignoring them, then I don't know what to tell you. This shit's coming crashing down anyway, and you're insisting on going down with the ship, so hey.
That's just the truth. So it's unfortunate, but that's, I mean, look at the top streamers, right? Look at the top leftist streamers. Hassan Piker is a white passing cis man.
Is Hassan Piker white passing? I don't even really ever think of the concept of white passing because it seems a bit racist. But he's like Turkish. I don't know. Listen, I've got a friend from Turkey. I'm gonna tell him he's white passing next time I see him and just see how he feels about it.
Who's also straight. There's Vosh, white, straight passing cis man. Destiny.
Weird how all these are Americans, and Americans are more likely to be cis and white.
White, straight passing cis.
You thought he was a trans man? Oh god, no, definitely not.
Man.
Listen, he would have had a mastectomy if that was the case. That's a joke. That's a joke. That's a joke.
You know, like it's just, it seems to be a pattern. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, you can tell he's being magnanimous and benevolent right now because of how he's shaking like a leaf. That's an indication of honesty.
Can a cis man enter women's toilets in your view? There's a variety of wait. Why'd you delete that? Why'd you delete that? That was an honest question. Unless they were like doing other shit. Just in case, I'm gonna hide and unhide.
Yeah, I'm not sure Hassan is like white passing. He seems to put himself across as different things depending from what I've seen, but I can't really remember very well.
Can a cis man enter a women's toilet? I think that that's a fair question, personally. And my answer is yes. There's a variety of reasons that a cis man would want to enter a women's bathroom. And you should assume that...
The thing is, insane, there are genuinely some parts of being trans which are not very fun. And like, having a sense of humor really helps, you know? Just how it is.
You know, they're not there to cause problems unless they are causing problems. You know, you don't say that somebody's committing a crime until they're committing a fucking crime. You know what I mean? If somebody's acting weird in the women's bathroom and they're like clearly a guy, then yeah, call somebody. They say there's a weirdo in there. I think that he's peeking into the stalls or some shit. But most of the time, if a man's trying to use the women's restroom, a cis man, it might be because the men's restroom is out of order, or it stinks really bad. Or
yeah, stupid women. Why aren't you just listening to Alec Gunter on bathroom issues?
Or he's got his infant with him and he needs to change his diaper, and there's no changing station in the men's room. Or there was another instance on Twitter that I saw of a man who was disabled and his wife helps him in the bathroom. And there's often not handicapped stalls in the men's bathroom, so she takes him into the women's bathroom. Like, there's so many reasons that a cis man might need to use a women's restroom. And that's why I say, like, first of all, like, eventually we should just have bathrooms that aren't gendered, right? Just have non-gendered bathrooms, you know, first of all. And second of all, you shouldn't just automatically assume that somebody going into a bathroom is there for bad reasons.
Body is like shaking like so much. It's getting worse. I don't know how long he's been going, like continuing to talk about this. It's been a good 20 minutes, I think. He's going to stop soon, so we can move on. Don't worry. I'm not going on about this forever. It's just funny to me.
Like, you're ascribing guilt before having any evidence.
Also, hi, bean with bacon. Yeah, I fully agree.
For that. I used to use the women's bathroom at my old job because the men's bathroom was constantly broken. Though I don't know if I consider myself a cis. Well, yeah, but that's exactly the point, right? No, you're making a good point. Sweden is pretty nice in the sense that virtually all...
Abracadabra, I'm gonna be honest. Women's toilets aren't necessarily better. Like, some of the shit... I worked at Weatherspoon, like, years and years ago. One time I had to shut one of the female cubicles from the outside because there was literally just about anything you can imagine that might come out of the body was all over this fucking toilet. It absolutely stank. And then at my office job, when, I'll be honest, I used to use the ladies. I was very much post-op transsexual at the time because it's been a long time. Occasionally you'd get someone that just like leaves all their like period shit or just leaves a massive fat shit in the toilet. Literally displaying male entitlement, zero respect for women's boundaries. Yeah. Anti-abolitionist. The other thing is, like, I'm told that I bring up like some crazy examples, but he goes off with his utopian like ideal of like gender abolition. Is that ever going to happen? How are we going to talk about like practical stuff and then say I'm a gender abolitionist? Where's the practicality there when no one wants this shit except for weirdos like him? Like, who wants? He says in his perfect world there'd be no gay people. Like, I don't know. It's bizarre. It's bizarre.
All school bathrooms were all gender bathrooms. That's pretty cool.
And like, by the way, I agree pretty much that maybe the best solution would be to take some cues from like Scandinavia or whatever. Just have mixed toilets and stuff like that. But I don't think our culture is like going that way. I don't think in America that culture is going that way. Like, how do you make a culture like be like another culture? You can't always, unfortunately. So I just don't know if that's realistic, unfortunately. But hey, the bathroom thing is difficult. I agree. You know what I mean?
Gunter, true. I haven't gotten a gooning session yet today, but I will later.
Actually sounds like upset. I feel slightly bad. I don't actually want to upset people. Oh, hi Duck, I hope you're good. We're just watching a man shake like a leaf right now.
All right. I am going to go to the bathroom real quick. Turn on some music for you guys. And when I come...
There we go. That's about it. I think later on I called him Alec Runter in his chat, but I have no idea when it was. And I just kind of did that and then ran away again. He's like shaking like a leaf. Which wasn't the intention, but if he's gonna put himself out like this, then like what do you expect, man? What do you expect? I'm somehow able to have these conversations without taking it personally or without getting upset, even though I'm the trans one. It doesn't make sense. The problem is that the woke view on gender is to pretend that we are floating entities, bodies are material. Yeah, fully agree. And that their shit is like utopian. Yeah, I mean, I think the strongest like comparison with religion, honestly, is the idea that like the whole gender identity thing, which is completely unfalsifiable. So it's pretty much whether you believe in that or not. My mom can't stop drinking super brew while pregnant. Oh my God.